Going for my Friday afternoon walk, and I'm going to answer some Ask Hoggy questions while I do that. There's some good ones here, so let's get into it on Hogg's vlog. First question off the bat. Badel Mishra, can the T20 World Cup be moved to New Zealand? Well, it most certainly can, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the New Zealand government, with the pandemic at the moment, wants so many teams coming onto their shores. They want to protect their people, and I don't think they can organise it at such short notice. There's so many measures that's got to be put in place. I think it's got to be held in Australia. If they want the T20 World Cup to happen this year, they've got to shorten the tournament. I think just down to 8 teams, that's manageable with the biosecurity measures these days. And everyone who qualified for round 1 of this year's T20 World Cup, just have them automatically qualified for the next T20 World Cup, because I don't think we're going to be able to have too many games where those teams can play off for qualification in that World Cup. So let's keep it nice and simple. Question 2, why are India constantly losing the knockout games in ICC tournaments? Satish Sangwalia. Well, let's just look at the stats. Indians absolutely dominate in every World Cup. Look at them. This is from 2015, these numbers. But then we look into the finals and they all drop off except for Sharma and Dhoni. They can't handle the pressure in the big moment. Too much weight on their shoulders of that expectation of victory from the dominant Indian team. And look at Virat Kohli down the bottom, the leader. He won't like that little stat there. Let's keep it quiet, because the next question involves Virat Kohli. Can Virat Kohli beat Sachin Tendulkar's record of 100 centuries? This is from Eugene Gaming. Of course he can. Fitness levels today are a lot better than when Sachin Tendulkar started, and plus they get a lot more help with quality fitness trainers. They've also got physios and doctors on board for any niggle that's about to happen or starting to happen. They can get on top of it straight away, and therefore players miss less games. And there's more cricket being played as well. So yes, he can beat that record. Number 4, best pace attack in the world right now, Bikram Holder. Well, I'm going back to the start of the series with Australia taking on India, November 2018. The Indian bowling attack has dominated world cricket. Look out the strike rate. They take wickets quicker than any other team, that pace attack, and they've played against some good teams, Australia, South Africa. They've played against Bangladesh as well. There's a couple of other teams there in those figures, but that's why India are pretty dominant. The batsmen let them down in New Zealand, but that pace attack is the best going around. And are they going to dominate Australia on Australian soil later this year? It's going to be a bowl-off between the 2 best pace attacks in the world at the moment. Adil Mir, your best memory while playing for Australia? Simply the 2003 World Cup. Shane Warne had to leave the tournament early, and the spinning duties were left to me. And I thought I was the weakest link in the team. I had to stand up, and yeah, we eventually won that tournament. I was a bit scared that I was going to let them down, but yeah, thank heavens I didn't. And we had such a successful tournament in that 2003 World Cup. Which team can defeat India in India? This is Rupesh Nepal. Well, I think the best team at the moment would be Pakistan, because they've got a very strong pace unit. They've got some good spinners, and they've got depth in their batting, and they also know Indian conditions quite well. But they can't go over there for government reasons, so the next best team is Australia, and I'm not being biased there. We've got the likes of Warner, Labuschagne and Steve Smith. We've got a very potent batting lineup as well as bowling lineup, and I think if there's any chance of us beating India on Indian soil right now, it's going to be over the next couple of years. So watch out, the boys in blue. Rightio, toughest batsman you've ever bowled to? This is Akshu Sahar. Well, Brian Lara was one of the hardest batsmen I have ever bowled to. He takes the game on. If you bowl a wrong 'un with protection through the on the leg side, he'll try and take me through the covers because he's a left-handed bat. So he'll try and play those shots where the percentage is against his favour to put the pressure back on you, and he succeeded. But the problem is, I got Lara out more times than Sachin Tendulkar. I only got Tendulkar out once. So it's Tendulkar, the #1 batsman for me, or the hardest batsman I bowled to. Right, should Indians be allowed to play in foreign T20 leagues? This is from, sorry about this, this is from Path Speaks. Definitely, they should be. But I think we've got to organise the calendar, cricket calendar, so that we have 8 months of international cricket and 4 months of T20 tournaments, so that players can go around and play in these T20 leagues. Now, if you want to have a look at my idea, I've got a little link down below to an article that I wrote about how the ICC can change the calendar to better international cricket as well as T20 formats or T20 tournaments around the world. God, I mumbled on that one, didn't I? Sorry about that, guys. But bear with me because I've got another question here. Have modern day batsmen lost the ability to play or to bat on seaming conditions? This is from Gopal Guttam. Yes, I think they have. The reason being is there are a lot more flatter wickets being prepared around the world. I think curators have to lift. I think they have to produce more sporting contests where there is a little bit more life in the wicket for fast bowlers, and that's in all formats of the game. The other thing in there too is when you're curating a wicket, I want to see each wicket have its own characteristic. I remember here in Australia you have the whacker, which is bouncy, the ball's flying past the nostrils outpaced. The gabba's a little bit similar, but probably a little bit more grass, and there's a little bit more movement in the air with more humidity up there. Sydney used to be a spin-friendly wicket. Melbourne, that was a bit up and down. You never knew what you were going to get there. Adelaide was another spin-friendly wicket as well. Each venue had something different about it where the players had to adapt. I think that's what we've got to bring to our game right now, to give the players a bit more challenge of adaptability. And the last one batsman to bat for your life. Ayush, I don't trust any other player out there to bat for my life. I think I'll have to go and do the job for myself. But there's one man that I'd get to do the job. Simon Katich. Grew up with him here in West Australia, and one of the toughest cricketers I've ever seen play the game. He'd be the man for the job. Anyway, gone for my walk. I'm going to keep going, and the vlog's finished. But don't you go away. Get on that little button down here, subscribe, and that'll give you a whiff of when the next video is coming out, hey? Enjoy yourself. Australia, the West Indies are coming on the box. Can't wait for some live cricket again on Wednesday.